Hi, I'm John Bergman. I'm with CBTS as a consulting CISO, and I'm here today to talk with Checkpoint and Itai.
Yes, Itai Greenberg.
Itai Greenberg, yes. So here at RSA, one of the hot topics still continues to be zero trust, and SASE has come up on occasion. So what would you say is Checkpoint's SASE product offering, or how does it fit into the market, or what do you see the future for SASE?
Yeah, I think it's a very important topic. We've seen that over the last, I would say 3-4 years, what happened is that we moved more and more applications into the cloud.
That is correct.
People started to work from home.
Yep.
And instead of redirecting all the traffic from the employees into the data center, and from there either to go to the internet or to go to application that used to be in the data center but now in the cloud, we want to send the traffic directly to the applications,
right.
Directly to the, because we are not in the office anymore.
Right.
We used to secure this kind of connectivities with a solution that was resigned inside your on-prem environment.
Yes.
Some of them
we all felt safer because we had our big firewalls in the data center. Everybody was in the office. Everybody accessed it that way. But now that we're working from home, we've got a different challenge.
It's a different challenge, indeed. We used to use like a proxy or maybe things on the device. We Checkpoint, we secure a lot of customers on the internet connectivity.
Yes.
But things have changed.
Right.
Now, what happened is that customers and the industry started to look at this concept of SSC.
Yes.
And SD-WAN, two different technologies that kind of merged together into what we call SASE.
Yes. So SSE, so the Secure Service Edge, people don't understand it, but if you think about it, the goal of zero trust is to protect the data. So we want to protect the data and who's accessing it. So we have to protect the edge device that's accessing the data.
Very much true. And there are three main use cases at the end of the day. The first one of these two technologies, I want to secure users when they access the internet.
Yes.
So it's the internet security.
Right.
I want to allow users to access corporate application, whether they are on-prem or in the cloud.
Yes.
And I want to connect the branch offices to those applications as well.
Correct.
And to the internet. So sometimes sometimes it's hard for you to secure something inside your branch office because it's not a user, it's not a device, maybe IoT.
So IoT is a whole separate topic, but that's good. Yeah.
So then comes the technology that says, let's redirect all the traffic into these SSC things in the cloud. Mm-hmm. In order to do the security, we'll open all the SSL.
Okay.
And then we will redirect the traffic to either the internet or the cloud or the data center. Now,
so to get into that SSL connection, you've got to be functioning as a proxy, essentially.
You have to functioning as a proxy or as a man-in-the-middle solution that knows how to open the SSL.
A positive man-in-the-middle.
Not the bad guy.
Yeah.
You need to have the certificate authorities and certificate that will allow you to do that. But then think about it. There are 1 billion employees around the world. Do you think that we should take all the employees' traffic, wherever they are, when they want to access, let's talk about the use case of the internet. When they want to access the internet, we'll take all their traffic, we shovel it into one point, which we call it SASE. Mm-hmm. We will open the SSL for everyone and do the security. And usually those SASE solutions are running on AWS and Azure, on some cloud. So all the traffic of the internet of the world will go to
a few
like AWS and Azure and will open. It's insane.
Yes.
It's insane because of different reasons. The cost will be
enormous.
The privacy is a bit of an issue because you need to open SSL wherever you are, and sometimes you travel around the world. So where do you open the traffic?
Right, and there's privacy laws. I mean, the European Union might have a different stance on whether or not you should be allowed to observe that traffic versus the United States, versus Israel, versus wherever.
Very much. And you still want to live in the world. You want to travel. It will impact the user experience because latency. Think about if I'm redirecting all traffic to one place, I'm opening the SSL, it's a latency issue. It will also in many cases, will not be able to give you the level of security that you need because you're missing the context of what is happening on the device.
Correct. Yes.
And so we're all moving into, let's move all the traffic to the cloud, do this magic, open it over them. And when I looked at this, I said, wait a second, it doesn't make sense. We need to look at it a bit different. Yes, we want to have this kind of SSE in the cloud. We want to be able to open traffic in the cloud to do the security. But I don't think we should do it for 100% of the internet traffic.
Okay, so make a determination.
Yeah, I think it's the wrong approach.
Okay.
I think the right approach would be, let's leverage what we have on the device. We have CPU on the device, we have context on the device. So we in Checkpoint, we believe that we can do a mix of doing things in the device and things in the clouds together.
Okay.
So I will try to do as much as I can security inside your browser.
Oh.
I don't need to open the SSL. I can still give you the URL filtering, the application control, the IPS, the file security for whatever you do inside the browser. But for those rare cases where I have a doubt, maybe this file is not something that I'm able to do it within the browser. Maybe it's a connection that didn't come from the browser, it came from some other application inside my device.
Okay.
Maybe it's a script that looks very suspicious. So for those rare cases, I still want to consult with something that sits in the cloud, that have higher context, have more compute power, and can do things that I'm not able to do in the browser.
Okay.
By joining or combining the ability to do things within your device, within your browser, in this case, and to do things in the cloud, I believe we can gain a much better solution of this, what I call the next generation of SASE.
Okay.
We can avoid the privacy issues.
Yes, if you don't have to break apart the SSL.
Exactly.
Okay.
You don't have to deal with the problem of, for example, latency.
Yes, because you're getting to it before it even starts the transmission process.
Exactly. You do the security. As soon as you get the content to your browser, you inspect it, and immediately it goes to the internet. It doesn't. Don't redirect it to a POP in some cloud, remote cloud, to open the SSL and everything.
Okay.
When you order pizza,
yes,
think about it. If I will order pizza and I'm sitting in, let's say, Berlin, but my POP, my cloud solution is in Munich.
Yes.
I will get the pizzas in Munich, not the pizzas in Berlin. But I search for pizza in Berlin.
Yes.
And this is still in German, which is good because it will be. But what if I traveled maybe to France and my cloud is in Berlin? I will get it in German, but I want to get a French pizza, not a German pizza.
Okay.
So it's in many things related to the user experience will be solved if I'll be able to do the things in the browser and not only in the cloud.
So what does it require on the browser side? Are we saying you're going to install an application, or is it a extension to the browser, or what's the...
Exactly. So we believe that you need to have something that the extension to the browser that is able to do or to provide you the level of security that you need for the internet security. Not for the remote access that you go to your corporate application, but you go to internet, you go to...
I mean, there'll be a hybrid environment where you'll have some of your applications, perhaps legacy applications, are still inside the corporate network, so you will use your VPN. So you're not getting rid of that, or maybe not.
So we will talk soon about the use case of remote access to your corporate application, but I'm putting it for a second on the side, this use case. I'm focusing on the internet.
Yes, okay.
Which, by the way, we're talking about 90% of your traffic that goes outside your computer, mobile or laptop, goes to the internet, doesn't go to your corporate application.
No, right.
This is the big part of the traffic, which you pay quite a bit today for SSC vendor, for SASE vendors to inspect it.
It's a lot, yes.
I can reduce it by tenfold if I use the compute power of the employee device, and if I don't pay for the traffic to the cloud provider.
Yes, then you save money.
Tons of money.
Yeah.
So better experience, no privacy issues, way less cost, and I'll give you an example of better security even.
Okay.
In the cloud, when the user putting username and passwords, it's already encrypted. I don't know how to understand if it's good or bad. In the browser, I see the user is putting username and password. I can tell him, wait, stop. You cannot use your corporate internet, your corporate passwords to access Facebook, to access your private Gmail. So I can even interact better and do better security for the end user within the context of the browser.
Yeah, you've pushed the control to the end user on the end device. I mean, so it's definitely securing that service edge and securing the user and securing what I would like to say is, the most important corporate asset, the data. Because you could probably even stop them from uploading a file from their personal device to Dropbox or Google if the Office, solution for cloud storage is OneDrive. So you could probably interrogate whether or not, like I said, you can do URL filtering, I would imagine.
Within the browser.
Within the browser, yeah. So you just stop it before it even gets to go.
I do URL filtering inside the browser. I can control to which application you are allowed to access within the browser. I can do DLP within the browser. I can do even file security, malware security. Now, when I'm staying in the browser, I can still consult with the cloud. My browser can say, I need this specific connection, traffic, script, files to consult with the cloud. But then it doesn't mean that 100% of the traffic I shoveled or I redirect it into a cloud security solution.
Right. So if I have
totally different approaches.
If I have 10 tabs open in my, internet browser, only one of those 10 tabs might be of interest for corporate purposes. So I could have one that has Facebook open and you might just let that traffic go. You can still inspect it beforehand. So it doesn't matter how many tabs somebody has open on the...
Not exactly. It's not about the number of the tabs with the traffic that goes to the corporate. I'm talking about still, let's assume that all tabs, it's all internet traffic.
Oh, okay.
Some of or one tab, all its internet traffic. So you go to, let's say, to CNN.com.
Right.
And within CNN.com, everything looks good. But there's one file that you are downloading that might look suspicious. So for all the time that you are traveling and surfing inside CNN.com, it's okay, I will do the security within the browser. But here you are downloading a file and it says, okay, this file I've never seen before. It looks suspicious. I will send only this file to consult with the cloud and get the verdict.
Okay.
So
regardless of where it was, whether it was coming from CNN or...
Well, it can come from Box, it can come from CNN, it can come from your private Gmail account.
Right.
Wherever it comes, I will, for things that look suspicious, for 1%, maybe 2% of the traffic, I will consult with a more powerful cloud service that will give me a better verdict.
Right.
For the rest, I can do a way better security within the browser. So the combination of what I do inside the browser or the device and the combination of what I do in the cloud, when they work together where they know that...
You get the best of both worlds.
I get the best of both, exactly.
Okay.
You just said it right. So I think this is, I'm looking at a lot of customers, a lot of vendors that I'm saying, let's move everything from what we did on the device or what we did inside our proxy, sending all traffic to the cloud. I talk to many of those customers that says they are frustrated from the latency, from the cost, from the performance, from the privacy issues. So my belief is that this might be a way better approach, and this is where Checkpoint is going in the direction of combining the two worlds together.
So do you see that with that solution, if it's going to be a extension of the browser, and I'm assuming you're not going to replace Chrome with your own Checkpoint Chrome version. You're just going to add an extension to it, right?
This is a good topic that you bring. I love it that you brought it up.
Just thinking.
So some startups out there came up with the idea, let's replace the Chrome. Let's put our own version of browser.
Right.
I looked at this and I constantly evaluating technology, and I thought, it's an interesting idea, but I think that most customers around the world will not be able to replace their own browsers.
Correct.
I think it will be way too complex. I think that the end user experience will not be as good as if you use the regular Chrome that you get from Google or iOS or whatever that you like to use. And you know what? When security competes with user experience always wins.
That is correct. Yes.
So you need to think about how I provide security that embrace whatever the user wants to do. He wants to use his private mobile device for whatever it is. Fine, I need to give him the right security over there. Mm-hmm. He wants to use his own browser that he's familiar with, give him the experience that he likes. I need to do the job over there.
And there's also applications that are written sometimes for specific web browsers, so that can be an issue.
And you want some plugins. You need to give the user the freedom to do what he wants. He
Yes.
only wants to block the things that are malicious,
Right.
not the productivity things.
Correct.
So I believe, our belief, is a plugin. I need to embrace what the user is using and put a plugin inside the browsers, multiple browsers. Some of them are your Windows.
There's Safari, there's
Yeah.
Chromium, there's Chrome, there's Firefox.
All of them, we need to have a plugin. Some of them are plugins for your mobile device, some of them for your laptop, but yes, for the different, and understanding that some of the traffic that goes to the internet doesn't go to the internet from your browser. In those cases, when the traffic doesn't go from the browser, I may have to go and to redirect the traffic for a cloud security to do the job.
Okay.
Because I cannot do it within the context of the browser. The traffic will be already encrypted. So I need someone to decrypt the traffic, look at the traffic, and inspect it. But the beauty of what I can do within the browser is that the traffic is not encrypted.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like you said, if you can get to that entry point before the data gets encrypted, you can do the inspection without invading someone's privacy.
That's the point.
Well, this has been great. I appreciate your time. I hope you have a good rest of the conference, and I look forward to seeing the Harmony unified environment.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, and all the best. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. Take care.